Welcome to Frisella All Around the Yard. This is your fun co-host, Juliana. I am here with somebody that I know since she started her business. Her name is Elizabeth Schenk. She is with the company called Treebute, and they do something very unique, very special, very wonderful. And they do tribute trees for when maybe you have a birth in the family, maybe you have a death in the family, death of a pet, death of somebody you're very close to, your wife, husband, sibling, something like that. They are there to help navigate through a tribute. And I know in my life I have a lot of things going on, and these are definitely things that I'm looking for as opposed to I'm just putting up a headstone. You know, that is great, but I want to do something else that I can come visit every day. So, Elizabeth, if you could tell me a little bit about Treebute and how you did.
Thank you for having me today,
Oh,
Juliana.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, so my husband and I started Treebute last year. So it was June of 2020. Mm-hmm. And we were looking for the 1-800 Flowers of memorial trees. We're looking to just click a few buttons, have a tree planted in Colorado for a friend that we had lost, and it didn't exist. It was very time intensive, sourcing a landscaper, sourcing where to put it, and I just looked at my husband Brian and said, we need to start this. Like, I think this is something I was looking for. I think it's something that others would be looking for, and we think memorial trees are a beautiful way to honor life and life's milestones and celebrations. So,
absolutely. So your company is born out of love and necessity.
Yeah, so it was a need I was looking for.
Yeah.
So
what a wonderful need that is. When you started Treebute, when you were like discussing this with friends and things like that, did you realize how much you were needed?
No, and I still think it's something that once people learn about memorial trees, it's sort of like the light bulb goes off. Like, like that is a great idea. I never thought about that. With Treebute, we think these work best as a shared gift. So as you know, trees can be expensive. The all-in costs with installation, are at hundreds of dollars, and typically more than one person wants to spend on a gift. But as a shared gift, where others can contribute to a long-lasting, tangible tree, people love it. So, so it's starting to gain some momentum.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That is really awesome.
Thank you.
When we talk about, planting trees as a memorial for somebody, have you felt that it's, it's becoming more and more meaningful as you speak to people and you get that and they realize, oh my gosh, I can go visit that tree. Elaborate on that a little bit for me.
Yes, I will say, it's been very warmly received. It's been received as a very thoughtful, very touching gift. So we only plant on private property. Parks.
That was my next question.
Parks have their own programs, their own systems, and that's great. We only plant in people's yards, gardens, lawns, and we think there is a void for that specific, easy, convenient, accessible gift. So, but yes, people have viewed them. Our feedback has been it's personal. It's meaningful. It's emotional, and we treat that with the utmost reverence and respect
and dignity,
and dignity, and we get emotionally invested in these trees just as much as the recipients do. Honestly,
I agree. I mean, I get emotionally invested in one of my trees that I'm selling here, and it's not for a memorial. So I completely get it. I completely understand. When you're, how many trees have you planted so far? How many have you done since you started Treebute?
Only like a couple dozen.
Oh, that's still a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
It's been, some of them have been gifts as we needed to
Start your business.
Start our business and figure out what this process looks like and beta test. So beta test how we do this. And so, I would say some of those have been, freebies or tests. Not all of those have been purchases.
Right, that you get your foot in the door, so to speak, and to say, hey, this is something we can offer you.
Oh, here's our process. Here's what when you receive your care package, identifying that you have received this tree or this gift certificate amount towards a tree, and here's a yardstick to go mark your spot. What happens next? Educating the customer through our own education of the logical process.
So what's in your? You said it's a gift.
So we ship a care package once the tree is fully funded. So on our website, you can either order a tree through the normal e-commerce shopping cart experience, or you can start a campaign, and that's where the shared gift comes in. So you fill out all the information. I actually form the campaign through a different platform, send you the private URL link. It's not searchable on the internet.
Oh, nice.
It'll be posted on our website. You can share it on your social media to, email it to your family and friends. We're trying to figure out how to put those private links on obituary sites too. But once that campaign has been fully funded, then we ship the recipient a care package, and that includes a letter identifying who has donated the gift, what type of gift has been donated, whether a specific tree has been identified and purchased for them, or if they just raise a certain amount of money towards a tree. It also includes a booklet explaining the next steps, a yardstick so they can go mark their spot, and so we know where to mark, and then a questionnaire that they fill out and provide back to us so we know where to plant. Awesome. And then the communication starts. They send us the questionnaire back. We communicate a potential scheduling date, and then if it's a campaign, then all those campaign donors get updated too. So they get to follow along in their Treebute gifts journey. So they know where their money's spent.
Right.
They see the tree, in its final home, and people enjoy that.
They love it. They really do. And I know I've lost some family members this year, so it's unfortunate, and thank you very much. But you kind of are stumbling through this. You're thrown into this. You're grieving, but then you're thrown into this process of how do I express my grief? How do I do that in one other way than something like flowers. Flowers are going to go away.
And it's another thing to manage too.
Yes.
Some people get overwhelmed with.
Absolutely.
They're beautiful, they're lovely, but it's another thing to manage. And
what am I going to do with this thing?
Right.
With a tree, I'm not worried about what I'm doing with this thing. I want to watch it grow. I want to, give this to my grandchildren. So it's a good gift. Speaking of, we're just talking about memorials, but have you done many, like a birth of a child or
a wedding? Yeah.
A wedding?
So
nice.
Wedding trees, yeah. So that has, we had our first wedding order. So we have not planted it yet. And that's one thing too is when we receive an order, ship the care package, we may not actually plant that tree for 6 months. So people, have a lot of life events, a lot to sort through, especially in a time of grief or even a time in a wedding. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. Oh my gosh.
We are very flexible in our timelines. It doesn't have to be rushed. It could, obviously.
And we all know there's certain times of the year that are really, really good to plant trees.
Yes.
Fall right now being one of them, and it's still a great time to plant. So I encourage you, if you're listening, get a hold of Elizabeth if you need a tree. Right now, still in December, we're going hard at it and still installing trees. The trees love it this time of year, as opposed to the middle of July where we suspend any kind of planting because it's the heat here in St. Louis is just too shocking for the tree. Yeah, it could be a few month lag time, but it's a good thing to do to start preparing if that's something you want to do.
Absolutely.
Birth of a child. I'm going to have a grandson this year. I have a daughter getting married. I'm also going through some funerals. I'm like, I'm hitting the whole gamut of it. And it's just, this is one thing that I think would be amazing to spend money on, especially as a shared gift, a group gift. And I love the idea of your campaign. I looked at it on your website and I thought, God, that's easy. I could get, hey, we get a link in here. I can get everybody, especially people who live far away that maybe can't attend that life event, that really want to give and create a lasting memory. And what a perfect way to do it. So we are very fortunate that we get to partner with you in some of the trees that we're helping you with.
That is, we feel the same way. We love Frisella Nursery. You guys have been a
Thank
great
you.
partner. As you know, I lean on you and your team heavily.
Yeah.
We have questions. And
so far, what's been the most popular tree people want to plant?
well, people ask me my recommendations a lot, and I love the Yoshino cherry. So
Beautiful tree.
the Yoshino cherry, I just think is such a beautiful early spring, gorgeous bloomer, and
And the blooms last quite a while. They really do for a flowering tree in the spring. It is one of the first bloomers, so you're going to see it end of March, beginning of April bloom. Then it's just got a beautiful canopy. It really does the rest of the year. And when I'm going out to show a Yoshino, again, I feel like, God, it's just got a great canopy. The flowers are beautiful. It's just all around a really good tree. Any maples? Do you sell
I would say maples and
Yeah.
oaks are also popular.
Yeah.
I think people are familiar with them.
Yeah, red maples are just breathtaking. So,
Yes.
yeah, there's some other good trees out there. There's ginkgos. There is, some black gums. There's other trees, and also, I know Elizabeth, you know a little more about trees more than you ever thought you'd know about trees. But there are trees out there. If you've got it and you want to put it in a spot that maybe is a little watery, we can help you work through that process where we can
Absolutely.
put it just about anywhere. Again, you may have your heart set on a tree that doesn't do well here in St. Louis. We'll work through that with you. I know, Elizabeth, you'll work through that with them. And if you need our help, we can definitely advise in that. So, but definitely we want something, I think, for you that lasts and, is
Very
a
important.
lasting memorial.
Very important. We only plant mature sized trees too. So we're not going to come and plant a baby sapling. It's going to be
it's a big size tree.
a 2-inch caliper
Or greater.
or greater.
Yeah.
So that it ensures its survivability.
And for our listeners out there who don't know what a 2-inch caliper is, that tree's going to be anywhere from probably 10 to 12 feet tall already. So you have a very substantial tree at a 2-inch caliper tree. So it's, like Elizabeth said, it's not a baby.
And we deliver them with a watering bag.
Oh, perfect.
So we teach you how to use that and encourage you to water once or twice a week.
Good.
We will follow up with you to make sure you're watering your tree because we need to collectively care for these trees.
Absolutely.
So, and we find that people do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'd be extra picky about that one. But yeah. So do you have any anonymous donors ever? Have you had that yet?
Yes, we have. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Yes.
So an anonymous donor could go to your website and pick out a tree and say, hey, I want to be alone. I don't want them to know about this, but I want them to be able to do it themselves or figure it out.
Well, I haven't had a solely funded, let me backtrack. I haven't had a solely funded anonymous donor. As part of the campaigns, we've had plenty of anonymous people contribute to
Nice.
the campaigns for whatever reason they didn't want their name included.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know who did it from my end, but the recipient won't know because
that's perfect.
in the letter their name doesn't get included.
That's
So
perfect.
if you do want to be recognized in the letter to your recipient, add your name.
Okay, good. Please, I encourage you, go to Treebute, TREEBUTE.com, Treebute. And please look at Elizabeth's website. I know her and her husband are so active in this. I talk to them we probably talk once every week or so about getting a tree and just sourcing a tree or what we can find you. And spring's coming up. So if you have a good life event, like my daughter who's getting married, I might Might do that. That might be a good idea. Or plant one for my new grandson that's coming this spring.
What a great bridesmaid gift.
Oh my God, yes.
The
Wouldn't it?
bridesmaids collectively, groomsmen.
All of them could get together
Going.
and here you guys, you're in your first home.
Your first home. It improves property values.
Absolutely.
You know?
What a great gift. And it's just not on something that
Another thing. We don't need more
I
things.
don't need any more things like crazy. No, trees are just, they're just so amazing and they give us a renewed life. And I think
Yes.
that's the important part of why we're doing all this. So again, your baby born out of necessity and love, yeah, I know you're doing well, and hopefully we get somebody out there that's listening that can help you partner and move this and get
thank
you
you.
in a forward direction. So again, if you've got any questions about your trees, or if you forget Elizabeth's name or want to get a hold of her, you can always call me here at Frisella Nursery, 636-798-2555. And I'll be more than happy, ask for Juliana or Laura, or one of us will help you get a hold of Elizabeth, where you can get a tree through Treebute, and she'll walk you through the whole process and make it as easy as possible and smooth transition, so you can get that loving memorial, loving gift for somebody, and it means a whole lot more than just another mixer or something like that. So again, you can find Elizabeth on all the social medias at Treebute. And then I guess go to your website, and it's a great website. It's
Thank
so
you.
easy to navigate through, and it told me
Thank you.
everything. So Treebute.com. Please visit it.
Our Instagram handle is at Treebute_USA.
Perfect.
So at Treebute_USA. And then Facebook, it's at Treebute Memorial.
Cool. Very good. So please visit those. Again, a pleasure talking to you. I
You
love
too.
talking to
I
you
love
all the
talking to you
time.
too. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for all your help.
Thank you.
And for including me in your podcast.
Yeah. We've got some new trees coming, so you never know. We might get you something different.
I would love to hear all about it and add them to our website.
Good. Okay. Come and see us, please. Remember, it is the Christmas season. We've got a lot of stuff going on here at Frisella. In addition to the podcast, please go to our YouTube channel, where you can see Elizabeth and I chatting back and forth on YouTube, and like and subscribe it, and go to any of our other social networks, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. Where are we all set? I think those are all the main ones. And come visit us. And our website at frisellanursery.com. Go to events, and you see all the stuff happening here in this Christmas season. And then spring comes before you know it. We're going to be fiercely planting here in beginning of February for all the spring happenings. So time goes by too quick,
exciting.
doesn't it? All righty. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you too, Juliana.
Thank you. Bye-bye.